Hello, hello. Let me find out if I'm in the right place before I continue. I should be, but I don't want to get it wrong. So bear with me while I go and have a double check that I'm in the right place. Oh. I am. Yay! Hello, everybody. Oh, I didn't tell you I was coming live. This is, wow. What a crazy 2 days the last 2 days have been. So I didn't want to sit there and go, I'll be live then, because then I didn't know. And I was going to go live about half hour ago and the sun was shining on where I wanted to be. And anyway, let's get on with things. How are you? Let me see if I can put comments on there so I can see if anyone's going to be joining me. I don't intend to be on here for forever. I do intend to go through the new catalogue with you now that it's live, but I'm not going to go through every stamp set. You can do that in your own time. But there is quite a lot of things that I missed in the catalogue, so I'm going to kind of point those things out to you, and hopefully you'll learn something along the way. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Natalie O'Shea. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, which means I sell all the gorgeous craft products that you can see. Well, that's a bookcase, so I don't sell that. You can see behind me there. So anything from stamps and dies and punches and paper, wrong way, there we go, all the lovely rainbow coloured cardstock and everything I sell on behalf of a company called Stampin' Up, which just sell quality products. And as with anything, craft products are, you get what you pay for. So let's get rid of that. And yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. If there is anything in that I show you today that you think, oh my goodness, I've got to have that, then you can have a look on my site there. www.natalieoshea.stampinup.net takes you straight to my Stampin' Up online shop, so you can view everything there. It's got a search function. You can search by catalogue number or by description, or you can put in heart and hearts come up. We did have a few issues with the new catalogue going live yesterday, but yes, it all seems to be fixed now, touch wood. So I thought I would have a run through. Hello, Linda and Rachel, who are joining. But as I say, I don't intend to be here forever, so let's get on with it, shall we? I'm going to switch my screen over to my desk and you can see my lovely catalogue. Oh, I might need to get rid of that actually. Let's get rid of that and then you can see the whole thing. So this is the new catalogue. You will have seen the front cover for the last month or so, but let's whip through it. So first of all, I love this. I love this so much. I've used this on my new website. My new website front page. Love it. Love the colours. Love the simplicity. Love it, love it, love it. One of my most favourite sets in here. Now I've scrawled all over my catalogue, more as notes for me, so that I can see, and hopefully you can see here too. I might need to move a bit that way, mightn't I actually? That's better. Let me move the bin out the way, and then you can see the whole double page spread. So look at these. Ignore what they are, just look at the colours. I love this year's in colours. Probably my most favourite ones, to be fair. Sometimes it takes a little bit of me getting used to them and going, they're all right, and then they grow on me. But these are the colours. So you've got Misty Moonlight, Magenta Madness, Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, and Bumblebee. Stampin' Up likes its alliteration. I'm surprised it hasn't run out of names yet. But these are the 5 new in colours, and I love them. Love them, love them, love them. And there they are again, and there they are again. I think Stampin' Up loves them too. So we have some basic tools here. So it tells you that punches are there, trimmers are there. There is a nude embossing and die cutting machine, but we'll talk about that later. And of course our Stamparatus stamping platform as well. Which is my favourite. Well, I'll come to that. I'll come to that. So, my favourite in colour or stamp set. My favourite in colour, it's got to be a toss-up between Bumblebee and Misty Moonlight, I think. Although I have used Magenta Madness the most already. But here are a list of, there are 10 suites, as we call them. Now, a suite for us is a collection of coordinating products. And they're all listed here with the page numbers as well. So two things that you can't see from there, and I'm going to move this up now. Oh, where's my camera? So two things here at the bottom that you need to keep an eye out for. So this says 10% off. So select products are bundled together and you get a 10% discount. So that can be a stamp set and a coordinating punch, or a stamp set and a coordinating die set more often than not. But if you buy them together, because often we do, Stampin' Up give you 10% off. And then you've got this N in a big star, red, new. So we're going to be going through the catalogue and you can spot all the N's that are there. I'm going to move that bin out of the way because I can't see. But yes, so all the suites are listed there. New in colours, new products, 10% off. So let's go on here. So again, we just kind of contemplate, as the name suggests, Stamping Up. A lot of what we do is stamps, and they can be red rubber stamps like this one here, otherwise known as cling, because the red rubber is attached to what we call cling mount foam. And then you have photopolymer, which are the see-through photopolymer. They're made of photopolymer rather than red rubber. Both of these need an acrylic block for you to use. Between you and me, they stick on lots of things like ink pads and CD cases, if you've still got those, and lots of other things. But to make your job an awful lot easier, you will need acrylic blocks. It makes the stamping an awful lot easier, and you can see through them because they're see-through. This is an acrylic block here, and you can get them in the back. But that's the only two ways that Stampin' Up are selling stamps now. We used to sell wood mount stamps, but not anymore. So cling mount, as it's called, or photopolymer, both need an acrylic block. So you've got some ideas here as well that you can just look at. But let's move on. Look at that. Yum, 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 yum. But I'm still going to move on. So I'm not stopping at everything. So kits are the first thing in this catalogue. And it says there we have all-inclusive kits, project kits and product medleys. So an all-inclusive kits means literally everything's included in, even the glue, and you don't even really need a pair of scissors. So everything from the stamps to the ink pad to even an acrylic block to dimensional foam, and even glue dots. Everything, for example, the Simply Citrus is an all-inclusive kit. The Looking Up is all-inclusive. Then you have project kits, and this is a project kit. Now I have to say, I will admit, or have I frozen? Hang on. We back in the room? Come on. Oh, you can hear me, but I've there we go, you've caught up. It depends how good my internet is here, and with the two kids at home that are using playing games, that's probably not so great today. But I have to say, I'm not a lover of purple. I said it out loud. I'm not a lover of purple. So even though this is beautiful, I kind of went, but I've missed. So this is my first, did you see? Because actually the project kit is the kit separate and the stamp set separate. And look, oh, I'm going to say look, this is lagging badly. This is not going to go well if we're going to lag continually, is it? Come on, there we go. Oh, there we go. So that gorgeous posies stamp set that you can see there, hidden at the bottom of page 8. There we go, we did catch up. So yeah, so that's one of my favouriteest things. And in fact, I put that as a sample in my newsletter that I sent out to my customers yesterday. Just some inspiration really using this set. It was a beautiful set. If you don't currently receive my newsletter and you would like to, once I've finished this video, or if you're watching the replay on YouTube, you should find a link in the description. You can click on that and you can grab my, I've got a PDF that has my top 10 tips to turn your cards from frumpy to fabulous. And you can sign up and you can get that for free. And also you can get inspiration from me as well. So the other kind of kit as such is a product medley, and I know this has gone down a storm. This is on a lot of people's favourite thing in the catalogue. But what you will see, again, I'll bring it up here. Can you see that blue circle there? Says mini. I shall explain why later, but just be aware that we have something called mini there as well. So let's go through. So this is a suite. This is the first suite in the catalogue. It's the Flowers for Every Season suite. And basically it's a whole bunch of coordinating products with some samples. Now, one thing that we've done recently, and we've done for this as well, is often you'll just say, just give me the lot. I want the lot. I want the stamp set, the dies, the paper, the ribbon. I want everything. And rather than tap everything in individually, we have these suite collections now. So you've got the product code there, the euros amount and the pound rate. So that's that. It sounds expensive, but this is actually a double suite. So you've got well, 2 stamp sets, a punch, some dies, some memories and more cards, some domes, ribbon, gems, and more. It's just all a little bit crazy, and all these on here. So all the product suites, one code if you want the lot, but of course you can buy everything individually, and here they are here as well. So just to give you an idea here, so this Flowers for Every Season suite stamp set, so the Jar of Flowers stamp set, got a couple of things going on here. So that's a 10% off sign, so that shows you that if you were to buy the stamp set and the coordinating punch here, which is a great jar punch, then you can get 10% off. This also tells you, as does this icon here, that you have some reversibles stamp. Now this is the new thing for Stampin' Up. On some of their photopolymer stamps, you can ink up one side and stamp, but then it's got another image on the other side when you flip it over. So for example, these two here are reversible. So you have, if you stamp it one side, it does this, and if you stamp it on the other side, it does that. Depends whether you want clear glass, full glass, whatever you want. So same with that jar as well. Now you might also be saying, well, why is that in vanilla as such, as opposed to white? Why is that kind of highlighted? Well, if a shape like this has a highlight of vanilla behind it, it means that there is a matching punch to go with it as well. Now you will find, if you look closely, there's lots of information that are in here now. So here we go. So that says Jar of Flowers. It says that it's new. It's got that little new icon. You've got the item code, the euro price, the pounds. Then you have suggested clear blocks. So those acrylic blocks that I was telling you about, it just has some blocks there that it would suggest that you use for this. It's also got that there are 9 photopolymer stamps. It's got a technique. It says a 2-step. So this is a 2-step stamping set, putting 2 stamps together to get one image. And it also says that it coordinates with the jar punch on page 168. So there is an awful lot of information in these descriptions. So just have a look at what these things say, just because a lot of information's in there. You've also got these little sweet, oh you can't see that, sweet icons here as well. So all the sweets have got their little icon going. I hadn't noticed that, but somebody else pointed that out. It's not that I can find another one, of course, for looking now. Oh, come on. Oh, there was one. There was one. There it is there. Anyway, just another pretty. So yes, so just look at these descriptions. So again, this is another stamp set, part of the same suite, but again, you can buy it. There's your 10% off for the stamp set and the coordinating dies. You've also got a couple of other things it's used. You've got a sample here, and it's showing you some other things that it's used. Now these are highlighted, but not like this one in vanilla. This is highlighted in blue. What does that mean? Well, that means that there's coordinating dies to cut out those shapes. So no, you do not have to buy them. Of course you don't. But having a die that cuts it out all perfectly in one swoosh of a machine makes it an awful lot easier. But obviously, yes, you can hand cut them if you want to. So that's what the grey means. The grey means that there's a coordinating dies. I've already said about the suggested block. Our block D, if you haven't got any acrylic blocks at all, then our block D is the best kind of universal size to get started with. And what Stampin' Up have done is our acrylic blocks are the same kind of weight, and they have nice, they're not ridges, so you can't, some acrylic blocks that have sharp sides are really uncomfortable to stamp with, whereas the Stampin' Up acrylic blocks are carved and curved and fit in your hands nicely and are the same weight as the old wooden blocks used to be. So there we go. So right, let's move on. So you will find, hang on, we'll wait for me to catch up here. Come on. There we go. So you will find that there are tips and tricks scattered throughout the catalogue. So I always say, whilst this is a catalogue, and yes, it does show products that you can buy, this is an idea book and catalogue. So you've got ideas here. So just from this, you can have colour colour coordination examples. So you can sit there and go, oh, Granny Apple Green and I think Coastal Cabana or Bermuda Bay would make a nice colour combination. Or you can sit there and go, I like the layout of that, so I'm going to use some different pattern paper behind there and do that. So you can use them for colour I can't say that word, can I? Combinations. You can use them for layout ideas, and there are some tips and techniques scattered throughout as well, so watch for those. A couple of other icons that you might have missed is here. This is 1 million, so when you sell the equivalent of $1 million US in product, which I'm a little way off yet, I'm about a quarter of the way there. Give me another 40 years and I'll be there. But when you sell the equivalent of $1 million, you go get a trip to Stampin' Up head office and you get to help design the stamp set. So it does say there, it says inspired by million sales achiever Mary Ellen Byler, who's an American demonstrator who's done that. And then you've also got this distinctive as well. So this isn't a new thing. It's a Stampin' Up trademark that just basically shows realistic images. So rather than kind of hand-drawn, these are almost like photographed realistic imagery. Right, I'm going to start flicking. So I've got to oh, there we go. So one thing, I'm going to find all my red bits. One thing I tend to do, don't look at this catalogue yet because I haven't done it, but one thing I tend to do is I highlight what I own. So that might be something you do. So you might not even want to touch your catalogue, and you might not draw all over it like I have. Oh, there we go. So that's right, I'm just reading the comments now. So yes, the different colours mean dies and blocks, didn't know. So yeah, so I highlight what I've got so you don't end up buying two of something because you think you haven't got something. So that's what I do. Right, let's find my next bits of red. This is one of my favourites. In fact, this is my favourite. But I also think, having seen a few blogs yesterday, this is quite a lot of people's favourite thing as well. I just love the font. We had a similar set a few years ago now, and I do miss it. And I just like this. I think this is a great font for a new starter. You've got some imagery in there that you can, you know, do multiples of, and you've got some lovely sentiments there as well. So that's one of my favourite. Comes with a very groovy punch that punches out lots of different, I mean, we can see them all there, but you can see there, you can do all these layers. Well, yeah, I'm going to show it to you another time, but there we go. It's one of my favourite. So again, sometimes you'll have a colour palette. For some of the examples that you've got there, so it shows you what colours are being used. Not every sample, but some of them. What else do we have? So there's another suite there. Now, if you didn't realise that all the stamps in the catalogue, except for our background stamps, are actually shown at full size. So if you're sitting there going, well, that's great, but how big is that car? It's that big. It's exactly that big. That's how big it is. So you get an idea from the catalogue what size they are. Right, there's a colour palette that I've already printed out. I love this as well. I love skeleton leaves. I think they are very elegant. This is a good set here for triangles, and you might think, well, that's great, triangles, whoopee. But actually, when you start layering triangles up, especially for quilters amongst us, they will know all about layering up regular patterns like triangles and hexagons and things like that, and you've got some samples here as well. So every single stamp set has samples in the catalogue, so that's something to watch out for. You've also got to shop the project. Now, we used to have something, it used to be called something else, but now it's just showing you what else. So for this set here, it's saying that, we're saying, well, how did you get that box? Did you make that box? No, that's a parcel die box. And, oh, I like that ribbon. What's that? Well, that's from the Playful Pets Trim Combo Pack. I sound like I've had alcohol. I'm feeling like I should have done, but I haven't yet. And then how did you do you did it in white? Well, it's embossing powder. So things like that, shop the project as well, gives you some ideas. I did point out in the description, and this is a good one here as well. So we've already said what two-step stamping is, but look, this is two-step and hinge step. And you're like, well, what does that mean? So our Stamparatus stamping platform actually has removable plates, and you can move it where it hinges. You can move the plate down by obviously the set distance of the holes and the hinges, and some of our stamps are done specifically so that you can stamp images like this, of all these squares, rather than you trying to line each one up bit by bit, it does it all perfectly for you. And that's what the hinge step means. So say some of the techniques are listed in the actual stamp sets as well. There's another Shop the Project there as well. Oh goodness me. I mean I am a cat lover, but I'm not obsessed by cat and dog things, but I have to say this is so cool. Love the pattern paper. Some of these are just the images off the pattern paper cut out with the dies. I just think they're great. Just love them. Love them, love them, love them. Right, let's keep going. But lots of news. Got to spot my reds as I go through. Oh, there we go. So here's something. So what Stampin' Up again like to do is in the Christmas catalogue last year, or 6 months ago, whenever it was, they had a stamp set, which is in here as well, which also has some dies to cut out the snow globe, or snow globe. So this is another set. If you got that snow globe set in the Christmas catalogue, then this is another stamp set that you can add and use your dies, so you can get more use out of your dies. Here's a technique. So there's just an example there of showing you how to, again, so this has been stamped with our Stamparatus, and that's what I was saying about the hinge technique of moving it down and making sure it was equally, so this is a borders abound, so you can do borders in, so it looks like a whole big image when it's actually 3 images stamped in one. Right, what else do we have? As I say, you can look through this to your heart's content online. I'll put the link to the catalogue in my in the description when I've finished, and I will also put the description the link to the online shop as well. So Christmas stamps, Stampin' Up did take Christmas stamps out of the annual catalogue, and people were like, oh no, because our Christmas catalogue doesn't normally come out till September, and some mad people like to make Christmas cards in July. So they put them back again. So a lot of if you were around for last year's Christmas catalogue, you will see that a lot of these have carried over. So we are still using these are still current, but some great sets in there. If you didn't see them last year, they are all there. Another sweet ornate garden, which you may have got in May. What else have we got going on here? Oh, look at that. So again, showing you how to step up a card. So if you're a beginner stamper, this might be what you like, or if you're contemporary, simple stamper, that might be what you like, but they're just showing you how to step it up a little bit more, if you're a little bit more confident, and even more if you like all singing, all dancing, die cut, get the whole mess all over your desk, kind of a card, then you might go for that. But just same card in 3 different ways and showing you how you can step your cards up. But again, look at all these samples. Again, it's showing you some things. Well, if you like this, you might also like these. These are similar styles. Let's keep going. Oh, now this is one of my favourite. So this is my favourite suite. I have this coming. We couldn't pre-order this. I have to say, I think it's beautiful. I don't think it's beautiful. It's beautiful for wedding invitations. It's just beautiful. I'm loving the texture of these dies that's giving you 3-dimensional flowers. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Bought it. Right, what else do we have as we flick through here? As I say, super quick, because don't want to be here all day. Some very cute images. We've got goats and zebras, all sorts. Granddads. This is another thing I really liked. So, yeah, I wasn't sure of it to start with. Now I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So this again is one of my favourite. This is my favourite, and this is my favourite, and this is my favourite. Oops. If you like the distinctive stamps, there's a whole list there on page 114. You might miss that. It shows you all the distinctive stamps and the catalogue page numbers through there. I like this as well. I like this, and I like this, and I like this. Love this. Love, love. Let's just keep going. Right. Dun, 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 dun. And I've got some red marks later on through here, but you're just having a quick flick as you go. So lots of here we go. So lots of bundles in here as well, which we'll go through in a second. So here we are, background stamps. So I love this. So I love the dry brush. I like the camouflage. I've got the rest of these because I do like a background stamp, but I thought the camouflage was great. Great for boys' cards as well, which I know lots of us struggle with them. So these are the only stamps that aren't actually shown as the size that they are. So it will say here, it should say somewhere, oh, well, that full size, that kind of blows it up and shows you. But they're kind of this size, they are massive. They would certainly cover the front of an A6 card, no problem at all. And certainly most of an A5 card, to be fair. Now, this stamp set here make a difference, just to point out. So if you are making cards using Stampin' Up stamped images and you are selling them, not if you give them away, that's fine, but if you are selling cards that you make with Stampin' Up stamped images on, then you must put a copyright Stampin' Up stamp on the back of your cards that you make. So this set is great. You can personalise it, so you can write made by Natalie in 2 different fonts. You can put telephone numbers on there and everything. It's also got created by, this belongs to, handcrafted just for you, made with love. You can put your www in there as well, all sorts of things, and it's even got a little image there as well. But the most important stamp in there, if you're selling your cards, is that Stampin' Up. So there it goes. It says you can sell projects you've made with Stampin' Up's copyrighted images if they include the copyright Stampin' Up featured in the set above on them. To learn more, you can visit that's link that's there. Right, so what else do we have? So that is stamps. Then we go on to this. So we have 4 main colour collections: the brights, the neutrals, the regals, the subtles. You can buy A4 cardstock all in one colour, so you can have 24 sheets of Poppy Parade, 24 sheets of Melon Mambo, etc, etc, and there are your product codes. Individual ink pad product codes, individual ink refills for your ink pads as product codes there. Stamping blends, including some new ones like this one, Melon Mambo. Melon Mambo is not a new colour, but it is new to have blends to us. Blends are out I was going to say alcoholic. Alcohol marker pens, and Melon Mambo is a new colour, which I missed that as well going through there. So you've got brights, which is very bright, neutrals, which are your neutrals, regals, which are your more rich kind of colours, and then you've got subtles, which are your pastels. You've then got a couple of basics, so your black, your vanilla and your white, and a couple of the blends in the bronze, ivory and a colour lifter. And then you have in-colour collections. So our in-colour collections are meant that these colours here, the 4 colour families, rarely change. I think they've changed once or twice since I've been a demo, and I've been a demo for 12 years. But every 2 years we have these sets, every year we have a set of 5 and in colours, and they stay around for 2 years. So these ones here were introduced last year, so these were available from June last year, and they're going to be available for another year. These are the ones that I was talking about earlier, which are the new ones. These are being launched now, obviously, and they'll be around for 2 years. So they'll be in next year's main catalogue, but they won't. But then we'll get some new ones. So again, you can have packs of cardstock, ink pads, refills, and blends. But what if you don't want 24 sheets of Poppy Parade and 24 sheets of Melon Mambo? Well, this is what you need to look at. So you've got A4 cardstock assortments. So these are packs of 20 sheets. So each colour family has 10 colours in it. And this is 20 sheets. And yes, so 2 of each of the 10 colours. So for £8.25, yes, for £8.25, you can have 2 of every colour in each family. And you've got brights, neutrals, regals and subtles. And then you've got 20 sheets there, 4 of each of the 5 colours for the in colours. You've got 12 by 12 cardstock. So for those of you who like making your own envelopes, boxes, things like that, you can do mixed 12 by 12 packs. You've got pattern paper in the same coordinating colours as well. If you're new to Stampin' Up, you will not understand the coordination thing. If you're a crafter for years, you will do. But I wish Stampin' Up had been around when I first came out, because, yeah, the money I spent on 200 sheets of different green card and still didn't have the right green when I needed it. You don't have that problem anymore with Stampin' Up. So these are pattern papers, so they've got kind of a marble effect, a spotty effect, and 4 different designs, but they're 6 by 6 papers. If you like a bunch, so for me, my kind of colours are brights. I like the brights. So how I started out was I bought the brights ink pads, I bought the brights cardstock, I bought the brights marker pens and blends, and then I moved on to the next family. So you could buy here And instead of buying the ink pads individually, if you buy them here, this is another 10% off. So buy 10 ink pads in one go and you get your 10% off there. Same for the ink refills. If you want to order them all at once, and I would suggest whenever you buy an ink pad to buy a refill as well. The refills are only £3.50, and it just means that whenever it runs out, you've always got a spare. And even if they retire or change and things, I think if you're an average stamper, your ink pads with a refill will last you forever practically. Don't quote me on that, but you know what I mean. So you've also got the Stamping Right markers. They're the water-based pens, which you can buy in colour families, or you can buy all of them together. And you've got a couple of watercolour pencil sets there as well. You've got our storage, and so this is a new thing. And I'm still getting used to it. So this is sort of embossing powders and things like that, and embossing and paints and things. But the first thing to point out is these water painters. I'm excited about these. So we used to have a pack of 2 and it used to be about £16. Now we've got a pack of 3 and it's £11.25. And the 3, see, look at those stripes. Can you see those stripes? Thin, medium and wide. We've got a wide brush now. Love it, can't wait for those. And also, what else to point out? Some of these things, just have a look down them. But we have a classic stamping spots assortment. So again, if you don't want to invest at this time in the big size, full size ink pads that are this big, we have bought back, because we did get rid of this, a little set of what we call stamping spots. They're exactly the same as our ink pads, but just miniature version basically. In fact, let me show you, look, because I've got one here. So that's one of our standard ink pads. Hold on, let me catch up. There we go. Oh, and that's one of our stamping spots. I know I keep sticking. There we go. So that's your difference in size. So it's a little baby one, but it still does exactly the same. It can still be used all the same. So yeah, if you're just starting out, or you want a budget, which we all are, generally, then they may be a thing to get started, because you've got a grey, a blue, a yellow, a pink, a purple, a green, a red and another darker green. So they are good. What else we've got? All the pattern papers. Some are 12 by 12, some are 6 by 6, but it does tell you what they are. So if you're a pattern paper or a scrapbooker, they're the things to do. You've got tools here, so scoring boards and trimmers. Different boxes, these are new. Paper Pumpkin is a subscription box in the US, but we've got boxes, so they're like mini pizza boxes, but not as many as those ones. They're a bit bigger. They're kind of A5-ish size, A5 size are those. More other papers and cards and things like that. You've got, this is another one of my favourites. I love these cards. So these are Memory and More cards, meant to be for these card packs, so you can literally put the cards straight on there. But I just love them. They're all the Indian colours, and they have this dotted frame. Love them already. Got them, love them. Lots of accessories, rhinestones, things like that. There are the domes to go with that jar punch from the beginning of the catalogue. So you can either just keep it as a dome shape, or you can put things in it to shake around, like these things. Unsung heroes, your take pick tools and things like that. Ribbons. So we're getting lots of ribbon carried over this year, to be fair. I was quite pleased when I was going through that. But all your ribbons there. So a couple of new things here as well. So we have, number 1, are adhesive sheets, foam sheets. So these are, does it say foam? Adhesive sheets. Oh no, I want the foam sheets. Must be 13. King adhesive. Foam sheets. There it is. It's number 12. I'm looking at the right picture. So whereas we have little dimensionals for putting behind panels of cards to raise them, sometimes it can be a bit finickety to do if you've got little die cuts like this. Whereas if you stick this on your cardstock, you can die it out and you can have a piece of foam cut exactly how you need, like that. And what else? So our snail adhesive, our tape runners, retired. These are the new ones. I think coronavirus has delayed them a little bit. I don't know what the update is, but I think you can order them, but they're on back order at the moment. But you basically have an everyday card-to-card tape, and then a super strong make boxes. It's not going to move once you've stuck it kind of tape as well. So it's called Stamping Seal and Stamping Seal Plus, Super Plus. Here's the clear blocks, the acrylic blocks that I was telling you about. And again, you've got all sizes from diddy ones. In fact, I've got them here. Let's have a look. show you a difference in sizes. There's the smallest, there's the biggest. And every size in between that you could possibly want. So that's the size of a background stamp that I was saying to you about. But yeah, so C and D are probably the most popular for kind of everyday use. But the thing is as well, which lots of people don't know, they will put the tiniest of stamps on a block like this. The thing with an acrylic block is try and put your stamp as centrally as you can, because then you won't be... don't want one with a name on. Because if you, I wish I had one here now, if you don't put it centrally, you've got more a chance of rocking, because it's not going to be evenly laid. And if I had this tiny little stamp on here, again, it's all a little bit awkward. Whereas if I had a couple of little dots and I had them on that one, it's a lot easier to keep control of. So I can recommend getting all of them. And why do I recommend that? Because you can get 10% off if you buy them all at once. So £67, but once you've got them for life. You don't need to buy, well, you can buy more if you like. I won't show you how many I've got, but I run classes. But yeah, once you've got them for life, and that's it. And you've even got a little storage caddy that puts them all in if you want to. But anyway, cleaners, empty cases. Lots of people find the empty cases useful for putting bits and bobs in. Are you still with me? Right, Stamparatus, so that's our stamping platform with papers and all sorts of things there. And these are punches. So again, these are the actual size. So how big is that? It's that size. And you have a selection of single punches, from circles to butterflies, balloons and corners and flowers and cats and labels and all sorts of things. But then you have punch bundles. Now this is different. We haven't done this. This is the first time this has been done. So it's showing you when the camera catches up. Back in the room yet? I'll wait for you to catch up. So these are punch bundles, and so it's showing you which punches have coordinating stamp sets. There we go, you've caught up with me. So this also tells you that the jar of flowers, which was right at the start, so again it's starting from the start of the catalogue, the punch is new, there's the product code, it's also telling you the stamp sets. Then if you buy it as a bundle, you get your 10% off. Now, why is this great? This is from the front cover, posted for you. I ordered that yesterday. I'm excited for that to come. So why is this new? Well, as you probably know, during June now, this month as I'm recording this, if you join my Stamping Stars fabulous team, then you can not only pick £130 of your choice for £99, as you can any time of the year, but during June you can pick a bundle of your choice for free. Now that can be one of our punch bundles, any of these ones here. I'm going to whip past that a second. Or any of our die bundles, which are here. So again, they're showing you this. So you can buy the dies individually. If you just wanted those as dies and you didn't want a stamp set, that's fine. Rock on, that's what that is. But if you want to save yourself 10% and get a coordinating stamp set, that's what that information is there. So you can pick a punch bundle. Oh, move that there, hold on. A punch bundle or a die bundle for free during June. What's not to love about that? So I did miss this. So here we go. So introducing the new Stampin' Up and embossing machines. I'm going to lose my voice soon. So I'm glad we're nearly at the end. So these are new machines, but they are not available for purchase right now. They are coming, and they're coming soon, but I don't know how soon, but it is soon. But these are, I mean, look at these. How cute are these? So you have a big version that you can keep on your desk, but you also have a mini version too. So do you remember I said about that mini icon? So basically it's telling you which, so let's go back a second. So, give me a mini, there it is. So this is saying to you that all the dies in this die set will go through the mini machine. So basically, none of them are too big that they won't go through the mini machine. It doesn't mean they'll only go through the mini machine, they'll go through all machines. But it does mean that everything there, if you only had the budget for a mini machine, you couldn't, so there you go, so the sunflowers, oh no, the sunflowers will fit through, look at them. There you go, this one. So hand-drawn blooms won't fit through. But all the ones with mini will. So it's not just it will only go through the mini, it just means it will go through the mini. So yeah, I'm not going to dwell too much on that because I'll tell you more when it actually comes out. And again, all the plates and that, you can't have those either, but you don't need them because you haven't got the machines. So there we go, more die bundles, and I think we're almost there. Die sets that aren't in bundles. Oh, I need some water. Look, mini. Embossing folders. So we have specific little, 6 little sets, so 3 sets of 2 embossing folders that go through the mini machine as well. All the rest are either 6x6. I think most of them are 6x6 to be fair. I think now. Pretty much. I don't think mini. Oh, there's a 4.5. So some of them are slightly thinner, but they won't go through the mini. Here's the other thing as well. So those of you that are online shopping with me, you do know that if your order gets to £150, you get 10% back of your order. So if it's a £150 order, you get £15 to spend for free. These are called Hostess Stamping Rewards, and these are 2 stamp sets that you cannot buy unless you earn Hostess Stamping Rewards. So if your order is £150 or more and you earn £15, but it's 10%, then you can order these exclusive Summer Days or Touched My Heart stamp set. And it does go up, so a £275 order will get you 12% and onwards from there. However, you will know again, hopefully, that during June, if your order goes over £200, so you would get your 10% of 200, which is 20, but Stampin' Up are also giving you an additional £20, so £40 for free on your £200 order. How cool is that? You've then got, again, some details there about the starter kit. You have a stamp set index. This is stamp sets only, so if you know roughly what it's called, so sometimes you might sit there and go, oh, I'm sure I've seen a set with a daisy in it, and you go there, you'll see Daisy Lane and Dandelion Wishes, Dino Days, but they are all there in order. It also tells you, again, whether they're cling or photopolymer, the code, the price, and what page they're on. And then you've got your accessories as well. So if you sat there and said, oh, that Stamparatus, or Stamparatus, what did she say? Where was it? You should just go along to here and hopefully somewhere. Stamp. Oh, come on. Oh, no, Stamparatus, there it is. Phew, page 164, or again, you can go to those. And that's it. More of the in colours, more of the Shop the Project. And then we finally do have a little beginner brochure as well. So for somebody who's new to stamping, this the whole catalogue can be way overwhelming, but we have this little beginner brochure which just kind of introduces stamping. So again, it goes through the stamps. It's got one of the kits there. It's got, look, another kit, the cute fruit. Very cute. The zebras, so it's just showing you some samples, showing you what's been used, but it's not too overwhelming. It's all quite simple stamps and not shed loads of stuff, and again an all-inclusive card kit. So we have that as well. So if there's something, and again just the basics, trimmer, scissors, glue dots, and a simple chamois. That's it. Phew! Well, hopefully you're still with me. Thank you for being with me. What have we got? Lisa is loving the new catalogue. Elaine was thinking, sorry, I'm going to need some water. I was looking and think more will go through the mini. It depends on how long the plates are. Yes, no, you're right. It does depend on the thickness, Elaine. I don't know. We'll find out when it does come out. Jenny, will I have this uploaded anywhere after? Only just seen this and would love to watch it. I mean, this is on my Facebook page, so you can see as soon as I kind of stop this, it will be on there. I will upload it to YouTube and I will update it to my blog. So you should be able to find it one way or another. But I think that's it. I know I kept sticking, sorry. Kath said she's learning something new. She didn't realise. Yay! This was the whole point of this, was to tell you something new. You didn't realise that the hinge stamping and the size is the same. There you go. Oh, Linda's already started her Christmas cards. Ooh. Great idea to highlight what she's already got, says Jill. Stop buying 2 lots. And Steph scribbles all over hers. Okay, I think that's it. So this is 45 minutes long and it was supposed to be a quick trip. As I said, if there was things that you liked and you have been tempted with that quick, oh, let's go back to me, hello. If you have been tempted with that quick whiz through the catalogue, then as I say, you can just go online, go www.natalieoshea.stampinup.net and you can order any of those items. But if you don't like online ordering, then I'm happy to take your orders over the phone or by email as well. So just get in touch. All my contact details will be below this once I have finished it. But otherwise, I think that is it. Unless anyone's got any particular questions, Sue's getting interested. Feel free, come in Sue. But other than that, I mean, if you've got any questions, then just write them underneath anyway. If you're watching this on replay, then just tell me you're watching it on replay. But if you've got any questions, then tag me, and then I shouldn't miss them. It's been a crazy few days, but hopefully I won't miss them. But other than that, thanks for joining me. I'm hoping you have learnt something new. It does sound like some of you have. And that's just it. I think sometimes there's so much in there that we get overwhelmed by all the pretty pictures and miss some of the essential information. So hopefully that has helped you. But other than that, I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to thank you for watching. Tell you can shop there anytime. And I will be back again soon. But yes, I'll be uploading this everywhere, Jenny. So thanks for joining me and I'll see you soon. Bye. I've got to remember how to